Before I continue, I feel compelled to inform you that listeners' discretion is advised. Picture this. It was Wednesday, 13 May 2024, at the breakfast table. Mom told the story about 1 million people in Joburg who have been without water for 10 days. Later that evening, you've guessed it, at the dinner table, my sympathy for the Randburg residents turned into anger. Mom updated us on the situation, and apparently, the solution to the barren reservoirs was as simple as a technician turning a valve, and voila! Problem solved! No need to thank us. But here's the thing. This wasn't an isolated incident. All you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is listen to the radio, watch the news, or read the headlines on Google to realize that we, Homo sapiens, are truly a special kind of stupid. So, there are literally people out there that are, how shall I put this, not very smart, yet they are of the opinion that they will be the next Albert Einstein. Kendra Cherry, author and experienced educational consultant, explains in her article on verywellminded.com, dated 8 November 2022, that this is a cognitive bias caused by an overestimation of one's ability. It's a real thing! I'm not kidding! And it's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Essentially, low ability people do not possess the skills needed to recognize their own incompetence. The Kardashians! Shame! 8 failed marriages, more than 12 failed and forgotten business and brands. And who can forget? Kim wrote a book. No, wait. Can it be considered written if it's just, 448 pages of selfie photos? But to top all of this madness off, they reproduced, making sure that the cycle of stupidity continues. Random side note. I ran this public speaking piece by my mom, and she was like, isn't this a case of the pot calling the kettle black? Apparently, we teenagers all suffer from the Dunning-Kruger effect. She is convinced. Me, not so much. Have you noticed how all teenager boys are the same? You know, lazy, overeating slops. How ladies with carrot haircuts always seem to go crazy. And the Kardashians, they all look the same, act the same, dress the same. I'll stop with the Kardashians. But what am I talking about? Physiognomy, of course! Or better known by us simpletons as judging a book by its cover. Yes, in this modern era, we are still stupid enough to do that. Let's take a very common example, the workplace. According to Workforce Singapore, looks do matter when applying for a job. But why do I refer to them? Because Singapore is one of the economic hubs of the 21st century. According to www.mycareersfuture.com, they say, and I quote, your appearance should matter very little when your skills and capabilities match the job requirements. But unfortunately, that is not always the case. Not always, huh? I am so glad that the tiny little bee didn't have to go for his interview. Otherwise, none of us would be existing now, would we? general and stupid misconception exists that a position of leadership constitutes wisdom, foresight, and intelligence. Author and regular contributor Steve Adriol writes in his article, Leaders Fail Because They're Stupid, on Forbes.com, dated 12 November 2022, that people like to work with likable people, even if the nice people don't know very much or produce anything of much value. History is flooded with examples of exactly that. Roman Emperor Caligula declared a war on the sea, ordering his men to slash the waves with their swords and collect chests full of seashells as the spoil of his victory over the Roman god Neptune. Former South African President Jacob Zuma believed HIV can be cured by simply showering and eating beetroot. Brazilian President Bolsonaro believes and struggles to take the COVID-19 pandemic seriously, calling it just a little flu. I have personally noticed this illogical behavior at school. People prefer to work with the cool kids, not the whiz kids. I don't understand why. It's just stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, we humans are at the top of the food chain. But we humans are also at the top of the Billboard Top 100 for Stupidity, featuring classic hits like The Dunning-Kruger Effect, followed closely by Judging a Book by its Cover. And who can forget The Cool Kids? No, not the one done by Echo Smith, but rather the one done by you, and me. Hey, remember, offense isn't given, it's taken. You know what? Someone ought to issue a manual on Dumb Intelligence for Dummies 101. Oh, and please do, with great urgency, do send the first copy to Kim Kardashian.